Well, hello there, dear user. So the reason I'm holding this like this and I've got this little pose, that's my guerrilla YouTubing, right? Guerrilla marketing. Um, the thumbnail, right? I'm too lazy to create thumbnails and I don't really see the point, blah, blah, blah. So this is my beautiful wife. My beautiful wife, she's Colombiana, mi esposa, Linda. Like this is like 20 years ago, guys. Right, so Zaidi boy here, thank you for clicking. I'm going to spend some time here creating what I hope is going to be the best relationship video out there. Pew, pew. No, the best relationship video that you've seen today, let's say, or at least this month. Okay, anyway, as far as 30 seconds, I'm just going to cut to the chase and just say a couple of things really quickly and then we'll get into it. I have a limited amount of memory on hard drive space on this computer. It's my new HP Stream laptop. I picked it up on Kijiji.ca for $80. I advise you to get a Chromebook. You can pick one up on Kijiji.ca for $80, next to new, these kinds of things, right? And if you're paying hundreds of dollars for a computer and thousands of dollars for a phone, I think you're an idiot. As far as the 30-second thing goes, the 30-second thing is like this, okay? The 30 seconds, there's two things I want to say. So you clicked on this video and you're expecting A, you should be able to pick up any girl, and then B, in 30 seconds. These two things is really like what I need to deliver on. Okay. And I'm going to spend some time. I'm very happy that I've picked up a nice don't mind the mess in my so-called office here. Some kind of office, hey guys? Guys, this thing. I'm gonna write this out for you. I've been wanting to do this for forever. Okay, I've been wanting to do this forever. Now I don't know. Frankly, I don't know if this board is erasable. Okay, uh, and I don't know how this is going to turn out. I hope it's going to be satisfactory. Just off the top, I refer you to the book The Game. The book is called The Game by Neil Strauss. Who's Neil Strauss? Neil Strauss, former Washington Post columnist or current, this kind of guy, Salon magazine, Glamour, GQ, this kind of guy. I don't know. I know he's done a lot for Rolling Stones. He interviewed Britney Spears for Rolling Stones, these kinds of things. Neil Strauss, the journalist slash guy, the man, he's essentially the guy to turn to. Okay, uh, he's the reference point for the 30 seconds part. Okay, so let's just do it like this. Let's just say that 30 seconds, right? This is you. Oh God, do you see what I'm talking about? You can't see that, right? Oh God, can you see that? You can't really see that, can you? Oh Lord. All right, it's good enough. Either you can see it or you can't. Hopefully you can. Actually, let's use our brains and let's use the brains that God gave us, eh, guys? Black pen up. So let's say there's two approaches. Of course, this is self-evident. Like you're horny and you want to get laid, guys. Okay? And I'm not sexist. I'm not misogynist. Okay? I hero worship women. Women are superior to men because everyone came from a woman, right? And so they come first. All these kinds of things. Okay? And so my cute Colombiana wife today used this term, I'm a keeper. And I was laughing because she picks up these cool little idioms just based on the fact that she's such a great communicator. My wife, Judith, right? We were married. Like, I mean, like us, me and my wife, um, we met in October of 2004, November, by like in the first, like literally the first day I mean, this is called love or something. I don't know what to say, but like in order to demonstrate my success, and yes, I've had lots of beautiful girlfriends from around the world, and I can talk to girls and guys, and I'm a sales guy, and all these kinds of things. Um, and I'm going to try and explain all of these kinds of things, but I'm just trying to give you credibility. Like in sales, like something I've come up with is tell and show. It's not show and tell, but it's tell and show. So I've told you something, and now I'm establishing credibility by showing you that my wife is gorgeous. And then we met in October. We were like went on a pre-marital honeymoon in a sense. We met in Calgary, and then I went to Vancouver where I was living, and she went and came over to Vancouver, and we had an amazing month in November. And December we got married, Christmas Eve 2004. And send me a comment and I'll shoot you a picture or something. I don't know. Like I'm trying to like really squeeze this thing in terms of the interaction thing. I'd love to hear from you. I really would. Like please click the like or dislike, anything. I'm a marketer. Any kind of response. Tell me what you did not like. Say, well, how come some loser with 9 subscribers on his channel, one of like 5, by the way, and accumulated, I've got tens of thousands of views and clicks on my articles and posts and these kinds of things, by the way. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I'm a Don Juan like this, like Casanova type of dude, or at the very least, like I'm not a playboy kind of guy. That's not my thing. But I do know the theory of that stuff. Like this is my like I'm not interested in other girls. Anyway, I like you need to read the book The Game by Neil Strauss. Okay, just go to Amazon.com. Do yourself a favor. Just pick up this book. Actually, I'll tell you what. You shoot me a comment and say something nice, and maybe I'll send it to you. Maybe I won't. You can't read that, can you? This is really not working. Like the light, like you think you got everything covered. Like, look at this. Okay, is that better or what? There we go. That's a bit better, right? Let's try green, guys. So, okay, so there's 2 sections very quickly, and I do want to get into this. And if I don't finish, if I run out of space or my computer boinks out, this is Neil Strauss. Neil Strauss. Okay, he's the man, aka Style. Okay, that's really all I want to do. Like this whiteboard, like it's sucking out. I gotta get some new markers. Neil Strauss, and then aka Style is his moniker. Style, and the book is called The Game, and it's about PUA. PUA, pickup artists. Oh Lord, pickup artists. Okay, pickup artists, the art of picking up girls like these guys. By the way, what kind of pickup? Like the way these guys like teach their students. Like if you, there are professional pickup artists out there. You can go out there onto YouTube, the internet, and find these guys. And if you want to pay hundreds or thousands of dollars, these kinds of things, you can live in a Playboy type mansion and like take part in orgies and all these kinds of things. Pickup artists. These guys will take their students to a club and pick up girls like in front of their students, this kind of thing. Like as a sales guy, like I have thought about like Grant Cardone and others have popped online by uh, YouTubing sales calls, right? So you get on the phone, and I might do that one day. I probably should do that today. I have a couple of other YouTube channels. You can Google me at Zaidiboy, Zaidiboy. Okay, the Liberal Party of Canada follows me on Twitter, Gary Vaynerchuk, McLean's Magazine. I've only got like a few hundred followers, by the way. I don't really work Twitter like I used to. I used to have way more many followers, this kind of thing, ups and downs, the algorithm, whatever it is. I don't know. I had a lot of fake followers, hundreds, thousands, like, because I'm a marketer, I experiment. In any case, um, youtube.com/ at sign bipolar Muslim addict is this channel. Last year's channel, youtube.com/ at sign a rational Muslim. Okay, youtube.com/ Zaidiboy, Zaidiboy. Okay, pick up artists. You have 30 seconds. How do you pick up a girl? Any girl? As far as as far as how to pick up any girl out there in the world, right? Any girl out there. Like so I'm trying to just get it so you can see some of what's written on here. So pick up artist PUA style. That's Neil Strauss, Strauss. The book is called The Game. I'd love to send you a copy. Like literally, I'm trying to like get subscribers here or whatever. Like send me like give me a reason and I'll send you a copy of this book. Like literally. Okay? Like seriously, like I'll find a PDF or I'll go to Amazon if I need to, but you don't need to do that. Like you can um get into all of this by just watching YouTube videos. Right? You go to like Gary Vaynerchuk teaches, you go to YouTube and say, YouTube, is Neil Strauss the best pickup artist in the world? I bet you it's going to give you everything you need to know. You have 30 seconds. You say whatever comes into your mouth and you shoot it out. Blah, blah, blah. This is what you're looking for. That ding, that Cupid thing. Like you turn and look and there's this hot girl looking at you. Or you look at this amazing girl and she turns to look at you and there's that moment. At that moment, you have 30 seconds. You walk over to this lady and you say whatever comes out of your mouth. Is it easy? I don't know. I don't know. Is jumping off a goddamn cliff into a nice lake easy? Okay. Is like swallowing a caterpillar easy? I don't know. Is like snorting like on Jackass, snorting like this green paste, wasabi sauce. Is that easy? That's not easy. This is much easier than snorting wasabi sauce, right? 30 seconds. Now, as in sales, it's like these books that say, yo, how to sell snow to an Eskimo or how to sell anything to anyone, anywhere, anytime, anyhow, anyway. Like there's always the condition being that there's a click and there's a fit, right? Like if you walk up to some girl who's a supermodel or famous or a TV star or married or just she doesn't there's the vibe's not there. So how to pick up any girl with whom you vibe and with whom there's a fit. You can sell anything to anyone as long as you click and as long as there's two things. You as long as you click with that person on a personal level and as long as there's a business need that you can fulfill and as long as there's no technical hitch because I come from the software world. We're selling software that runs on AIX or Unix, Red Hat or whatever, right? And it's like you have Windows Server because you're an idiot and you think Windows Server is a better operating system than AIX or Unix, which it certainly is not. Anyway, so that's that part of it. As far as this part of it is concerned, so that you want to get laid, you want to like these guys, Neil Strauss is goddamn Neil Strauss is his this guy's mentor. This guy's mentor, like the book, The Game, begins with this. But the book, The Game, by the way, it has Britney Spears in there, opening up to this guy. Like not physically, guys. Like he's a good guy, is what I'm saying. He's got game, and it's called The Game. Yo, Courtney Love is in there in this book. Okay, Courtney Love. Courtney Love is in the book. They're like these guys, the Puas. They they set up mansions like Playboy mansions. Like it's weird. Like they're making thousands of dollars with. It's insane. It's insane. I just ask you to go to Amazon. You can look inside the book. Mystery is style is Neil Strauss, and mystery is the name of his mentor. And the book opens with this guy. He's just taken this thing to the end, like love and girls and all kinds of stuff, and he's just out of his gourd and he's crying and he's like he's like there it's sitting in a psychiatrist's office or like it's going crazy and it's like it's a very intense book. Like he comes down to into the kitchen of his Playboy mansion one morning and it's like Courtney Love, ex of Kurt Cobain, rest in peace, April 5th, 1994, rest in peace, Kurt Cobain. His ex, Kurt Cobain, used to, in one interview at least, he showed like the scratches on his back, like that Courtney had left. Let's just leave it there. Yo, Neil Strauss comes down to the like kitchen of the Playboy Mansion, and yo, the goddamn uh, the the like the bread, the bread back in the fridge, the head has been torn off this thing. Courtney Love comes down in the morning. She just rips off open the bread bag to get the bread and like whatever. So yeah, no, and they didn't sleep together or whatever. Style and Courtney, guys. Yeah, so just check that out. Now, here's the here's the acid test. If, oh God, it is gonna work. Look at this. This is, as far as I'm concerned. Thank you, God. Like I'm all set here because now I can make these videos on an ongoing basis. I just gotta, yeah. I mean, I got every kind of pen imaginable, obviously, prob- obviously, right? But not one that works. Let's find one that works. Let's say Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, and let's go with a dark blue. Okay, so now my wife says keep her, and so yes. Now you want if you want punani, then you need to be a pua, a pickup artist. If you and then that's all the game. That's it. That's the game. That go to there, you start from there, and then there's like rival like gurus and all these kinds of things, and like you can get into it. And if you devote yourself to anything in this world, and you're systematic about it, and methodical, and disciplined, and you certainly are motivated, if you're watching this video, right? You just get into it. And again, you walk up to any goddamn girl and you say, whatever. Like, listen to me. Like, if you are at a mall and you're handing out flyers or something like this, or like I've studied these kinds of things, or you're out on the street handing out flyers or whatever, you do not say, hey, how's it going? Apparently, you meant to just say, you're just meant to start talking to the person, this kind of thing. Now, if hi, how's it going is your thing, say that, but like you can just say something like, oh my God, those shoes are, and there's all kinds of cool psychology in this. Like, those shoes are great, or my God, where did you get those shoes from? My God, those shoes are so amazing. Anything, like whatever comes into your mouth. And by the way, like, there's something called the neg, just a little bit of psychology. Like, a neg is to give a hot, a hottie, like these perfect tens, they're called tens, of course, and there's a lot about tens and others in this book. And this is kind of sexist, kind of misogynist, but not really, right? Like every guy wants to like be like handsome or the man or a gentleman or like you want to be appealing to ladies and girls want to be hot and appealing to guys. This kind of thing. Like I'm a Muslim, like we come from a different society, but mi esposa is she's very conservative, but like I don't know what to say. Like girls, of course, they want to appear nice to others, well, sexual or not sexual. Anyway, so now this side is looking for a long-term relationship. You're looking for a life partner. You're looking these. There's two people I will refer you to, and two books. Dr. John Gray, and I can and I probably should, God willing, will. Okay. Uh, okay. So these two. Okay, Mars and Venus. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Mars and Venus. Okay, you read this book if you are interested in improving your people skills. You read this goddamn book if you're not interested in improving your people skills. Read this book, Mars and Venus, or listen to this guy's TED lectures, for example. He's got some amazing TED lectures. Like he's just like he's like one of these let the spirit fly type of dudes. Like he'll just get on there and he'll just like the people are laughing their face off. Dr. John Gray, he's been doing this for like 3 decades, this kind of thing. And like, it's good stuff. I can get into this book in great detail. The reason, for example, that men and women fight a lot, for example, like the main reason would appear, like one of the main reasons is that when women get stressed out, they like talking. Women like talking in general. And men don't, by the way, like as much or not in the same way. When guys get stressed, they need silence and solitude. They need to go into what's called their cave. Okay. And a woman needs to let the guy go and do his thing, hang out with your buddies, like have your barbecue or watch the game with your buddies and go play poker or whatever it is. And she needs to have that trust factor that he's going to go. And men are like rubber bands, women, and so Dr. Gray writes in the book, and you let the guy go, 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 and he'll come back to you himself. And then when you've had a lot of intimacy, and you've been together. Like women just want to apparently apparentemente they just want this intimate thing and this mutual bonding and affection to go on forever, like ever and ever. Okay, and by the way, there's a third book over here. Like, so Mars and Venus. I can come back to John Gray. I may or may not. I again, I'm pressed for time here. The seven. So there's another guy called John God or something. I don't freaking remember his name, but the seven principles of making marriage work. The seven principles of making marriage work. And these guys, I know for a fact that these guys are rivals, or like there's this competitive kind of thing between these two, because this guy, like literally on page one of his book or the preface, he says that men and women are actually the same. They're not from different planets, etc., etc. Right? And then number three, by the way, I'm just going to go here very quickly. You may have heard of the Five Love Languages, the book. So again, what I suggest is you go and Google these. You'll find summaries of these books. You'll find like people who have like mastered these things, and YouTube is really all you need. Like Gary Vaynerchuk, he um he doesn't read. he doesn't read. He doesn't read books, but he writes New York Times best-selling books. And the way he gets his the way the why the reason he's a guru, he's the guy, and again he's the guy is he'll go to YouTube and he'll say, YouTube, why are NFTs such a big deal? Why are people dropping their Twitter stock now, or why should they buy Twitter stock? Should they buy Twitter stock? How about this one, guys? um YouTube, should I buy Twitter stock right now? Guys, on a side note, Elon Musk purchased this company for $44 billion. The share price was $54. Then he went on Joe Rogan and smoked weed, and then he tweeted, "I think Tesla or slash Twitter shares are too high," and they both last year, 2022, they both plummeted. He lost somewhere in the region of $150 million, Elon Musk, and devalued the stock on purpose so that you can pick it up right now in its half price. Twitter, by the way, is probably right now at a tenth of what it's going to be, at least, if not a 20th in the future. Just a little tip there. So, guys, the five love languages. Now, go to Amazon.com, okay, and then get into these books. Okay, get into these books. So let's go mobile here. I'm done with the pen. I want to talk about this stuff in a bit of detail, right? And uh, I want you to know that I'm here to answer your questions. I'd love to. I'm going to create, God willing, a playlist. Yo, that's a bit better lighting, right? Yo, I'm going to create a playlist, okay, and a playlist about relationships and things like this. Now, again, 30 seconds. You walk over to the girl. You say anything you like. Now, you could walk up to some girl, you've got a shark skin suit, you've got like Bacardi or whatever. Like, I don't drink, I'm a Muslim, but it's like gator skin shoes and this kind of stuff, and like cufflinks, diamond cufflinks, right? Like a velvet tie. Are you joking? A rose? And then you're like a mobster, you got a wad of effing bills in a rubber band or some effing nice gold clip. Platinum. Yo, shit. I'm telling you what, and you know this, she'll be like, get the hell out of here. Like, just leave. Like, she doesn't like you, she doesn't like your smell, or some weird vibe, or she thinks you're creepy, or her friend, or she looks at her friend looks at back at her, and she's like, guys, or you could walk up to some girl. By the way, check this thing out. Ha ha, what do you think of that? And, and yeah, I know, right? Yo, send me a title for this. I need a title for this. Okay, I need a time. I'm thinking of putting killing tension on there, killing tension, or like this is meant to be some guy who's lost his gourd, basically, which would be which would be myself. Now, in terms of yeah, you walk up to some girl and like you're a shy guy. Like I'm a natively shy guy. Like when I was a kid, my God, I did not. I was a silent baby. Like guys, I did not speak at all. My my parents had some guests over one time, and the guy says to my dad, "Yo, like, does this kid even speak? Is there something wrong with him?" Like, can you believe that? And I'm sitting there listening to this guy, like, talk about psychological scarring for life, for life, for life. Okay, so the five love languages, okay, seven principles of making marriage work, and then Mars and Venus with John Gray. So what it is like this, okay? What it is, dear viewers, is the seven principles of making marriage work. Go to Amazon, look inside books, start looking inside books. As for a fiction book, you can open it anywhere and enjoy it, apparently, or that's the way I see it. Like, you can just open it anywhere and just get into the flow, and it's interesting and whatever. uh you can read the end and then the beginning, these kinds of things, and the whole thing, any page. Like, with nonfiction, it's just like the writer is just like putting stuff out there, and it doesn't really need to follow some structure. with with fiction, with non with fiction books, that's fiction. With nonfiction, when you look inside a book, you can absorb the entirety of the book, entirety of the book, simply by scanning the contents, the yeah, these kinds of things, the blurbs, marketing blurbs, the introduction, the preface, the these, read the first few pages, that's it. It's like this. Imam Ali, peace be upon him, he said, as a Muslim, like, this is just something that comes to mind, but you'll get the idea. The whole of the Quran is contained in the first chapter, Alhamd, uh, which is called the opening, or in praise of Allah, uh, Allah being God with a capital G. Like, uh, Christians like my wife, who are Arab, they use the word Allah, Al-Masih ibn Allah. They say the Messiah, son of Allah. Oh no, we say Al Masih. We say Yeah, they say the Masih ibn Allah, and we say Masih ibn Maryam, chapter 19 of the Quran, Messiah, son of Mary, and they say Masih ibn Allah. Jewish Arabs also say Allah. It just means God. So now, the first chapter, it's just a very short chapter, 7 verses. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Praise be to Allah, Lord of the worlds. Imam Ali said the entirety of the Quran is contained in this chapter. The entirety of this chapter is contained in the first verse. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the merciful, the mercy giving. Rahman, merciful. Rahim, merciful. Both are the same. Arabic is a very cool language. Very, very cool, very concise, very precise, very different than English in many ways. I don't know what to tell you. Like, as far as languages go, Spanish, Espanol is muy fácil. Esta es el verdad. No, no, no doubt, no question. It's a very easy language to learn. Mi esposa es española, como tú sabes. Like I told you, my wife is colombiana. Best looking women, most beautiful, los más lindas mujeres en todo la mundial, as everyone knows. Like, the most beautiful women. Just ask Donald Trump. Guys, so now, the entirety of the Quran is contained. So now, just read the big. I'm just telling you what. Just go. I've told you already. Like, if you're watching this video at this point, like, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate your subscribe, your like, your comment, your dislike. Even as a marketer, like, any kind of response is better than nothing. Like, if I put something out there and I get some response, I'm better. It's better for me than if I get no response. And yeah, so that's what that is. Like, you don't need to be some famous Don Juan, and you don't need to sing sonnets under somebody's balcony in order for a women to like you guys. Guys, you simply need to anyway, guys, I want to just finish this off. I'm gonna try and oh god, I was gonna try and end it at the half an hour mark, but I can't. I got so many things in my mind here, and it's like, I make these videos to get this stuff out of my head. I'm bipolar, and it's like, these things drive me crazy. They drive me insane, literally, literally. And if I don't get them out there, you watching this, I really appreciate it. Like, let me know what you need to hear from me, and
I'm your man. Like, whatever. Just let me know if you've got questions, or just go to Amazon. Book number one is The Game by Neil Strauss. Book number two, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, Dr. John Gray. Book number three, Gottman is the guy's name. Yes, Gottman, John Gottman. Dr. John Gottman. This guy wrote a book called The Seven Principles of Making Marriage Work. Okay. And he set up a lab in Seattle and had 1,000 or hundreds at least, if not 1,000, at least 1,000. From what I recall, I don't know the exact number. They had this laboratory apartment, right? And it's like, yo, they had like hundreds and thousands of couples interacting, interacting with each other. Guys, he says this, and they studied all these couples, and his formulation, it's all science, it's all numbers. Like, they looked at exactly what these people were doing when they were fighting, when they were getting along, what happened, mapping things out over days, weeks, hours, minutes, months. No cameras in the bedroom, no cameras in the bathroom. They locked it in. And the amazing thing is, hashtag binary, his science is exact and correct. And John Gray, Dr. John Gray, Mars and Venus, his stuff is all exact and correct and works. And they both are kind of like, they're not like the same, they're totally different. You need to get into both of these. In terms of picking up a girl in 30 seconds, say whatever comes to mind. If you walk over to some girl and you're like, "Blah," remember, there's a saying of Imam Ali's. I'm going to say, what what comes from the heart enters the heart. Okay, what comes from the heart enters the heart. The girl will catch your vibe. Why you want to give me? No, I'm not gonna rape you. No, I'm not gonna rob you. No, I'm not gonna hurt you. So why you wanna give me this funny vibe? That's Living Color, like the band, great band, right? Best black guitarist ever? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Suicidal tendencies? I don't know. I don't know. Suicidal. Yo, Alice in Chains? I don't know. I don't know. Yo, we need more black rockers, guys. Please. And if you're an MC, if you're into like, yo, you two faces, scum of the slum. I got your whole body numb. Like Solomon and 81 sound convincing. $1,000 court bond convention. Hands like Sonny Liston. Now, in particular, my beats travel like. You could be part of the Wu Tang Clan and you walk up to the wrong girl, she'll slap the fuck out of you, by the way. That's what it is. You just shark skin scoot, you're, you've got a Lambo. It doesn't matter. Like, again, nobody can pick up any girl if there's not that vibe, if they don't click, right? But if it is the right girl, okay, so now I want to say in passing, the way I see it is 20% of women are ladies, 80%, I'm sorry, ladies, I'm sorry, girls, you're gonna know that this is the truth. FSLW, Frank Sierra Lima Whiskey, fucking slutty little whores. Okay? I get one F bomb, and I'm gonna try and keep this video R rated. One F bomb. Girls are fucking slutty little dirty nasty whores. The reason assholes don't get the girl women the women the assholes get the fucking slutty little whores, and they treat them like shit. 80% of guys are assholes, 20% are gentlemen, 80% are assholes, they're scoundrels, they're crooked, like me, yeah, like me. 20% natively nice guys. 20%. 20% of women are ladies. They don't know about F bombs and perversion and they've got they've got class. They're not in a situation with idiots and stupid stuff happening where they feel uncomfortable. They just, these are the angels amongst us, these women, these ladies, and you know what I'm talking about. And if you're a fucking slutty little whore, you need to try and become a lady, or inside you're gonna remain this FSLW, Frank Sierra Lima Whiskey. I'm telling you what, like, this is the way I see it, girls. I don't know about women. Women are women, but as far as a guy's concerned, I am a fucking asshole. Sorry, two F bombs. I'm a scoundrel. I'm a loser. I'm a bad guy. I'm a criminal. I'm out on not one but three separate charges, courtesy of the good guys at the Toronto Police Service, York Regional Police. Okay, York Regional Police is a mischief charge, and the Toronto charges I've got, like, I punched some guy like in May, and I still got that hanging over my head. Talk about stress, and I may go back to jail anytime. I don't know what's going on. I texted my lawyer again today, and of course, busy lawyers are the best, and I don't know what the hell is going on. She never got back to me, and so whatever. January 7th, I got a court date, and like I don't know what the hell's going on. I may be going to jail any day, anytime, any like whatever. I don't know what the hell's going on, right? So now, and then there's uttering death threats is my third charge. So I am a criminal. Los criminalos, nosotros, comme si, comme ça, plomo y plata. Plomo o plata. Guys, I just want to say, Dr. John Gottman, you have to read the intro of this book, Seven Principles of Making Marriage Work. I mean, okay, yeah. So the Quran, by the way, the whole Quran is contained in the first chapter. It's just got seven. It's called Saba al Mathani, as Saba al Mathani, the seven often repeated. When you pray 5 times a day and you stand up and go up and down like 4 or 5 times, like 4 times at max, actually, or two times. And then one of the prayers, the evening prayer, not the night prayer, but the evening prayer is 3 units. Like you go put your prostrate on your head on the floor and get up, uh, uh, each time you stand up, you read Alhamd, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So the entirety of the Quran is contained in this first chapter. The entirety of that chapter is contained in the Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in the name of Allah. Ar-Rahman is mercy, that is for good people or people that obey their voice of God inside of you. Whatever, like this is the way I see it. You can be a Buddhist and a believer, you can be a Hindu and a believer. Frankly, you can be a Satanist and a believer as far as I'm concerned. If you talk to people like Glenn Benton from Deicide or Trey Azagthoth and the guys uh, 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 in Morbid Angel, like death metal bands and so-called Satanists, or even atheists, some of my best friends uh, are atheists and they are principled, they're good people. These people go to heaven as far as the Quran is concerned, as far as Muhammad is concerned. A believer is someone that likes good and hates evil. That's it. Or, quote unquote, a believer is someone when they do something bad, they feel sorry about it afterwards. That's it. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Rahim is mercy that God gives to anyone. Whether you believe in him or don't, whether you ask or you don't, whether you like him or hate him, whether like because a lot of people hate God even though they say he doesn't exist, and then they start swearing at him. Like people come to my various YouTube channels and swear and at Muhammad and the Quran and like these kinds of things. Your shitty book of poetry, you gotta suck it up and eat it, because people don't know better. They might have had someone who's been killed by a Muslim, so-called Muslim. Anyway, like guys, just be good and do your best. That's it. Follow your conscience. The rest of it is total shit, right? If you read the Quran and you murder people, that's total shit. By the way, I married to a Christian. I gotta say that like reading the Bible has actually, I've read the whole of the New Testament and I'm working my way through the Old Testament. Okay, and I've got multiple Bibles, by the way. I got more Bibles than Qurans. This is a Bible I got out of jail one time, or something like this, or it's like the street Bible. I don't even know where this came from. Either I got it out of jail. Actually, this Bible, yeah, this Bible, like last time I was in jail was like a couple of weeks ago, 2 3 weeks. I was there for like a day, and I picked up this Bible. Yo, here's another Bible right here. Okay, I'm serious. I'm not just making things up. Yo, as a guy like bipolar Muslim addict, right? So I am trying to like, this is biblical stuff, by the way. I am trying to like be a better person and things like this, guys. The entirety of the Quran is in the first chapter. Go to Amazon. What I'm trying to say is you can get all this stuff. If you think I know a lot, so do you. And in fact, you know as much as me as far as I'm concerned, because like every person knows everything, right? Or not? Or are we not all from the same place? Are we not all connected to the source? These kinds of things. Guys, the whole of the Quran is contained in the first 7 verses, that first chapter, Alhamd. Alhamd. Alhamdulillah means praise to God. All praise, all praise, all credit, all praise, all credit is all kudos is His, and then others get it in a secondary fashion or are worthy of it. Now, the whole of the first chapter is contained in the Bismillah, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The whole of the Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim is contained in the first letter Ba, the letter Ba, B. The letter B has a dot in it underneath it. It's like a boat with a dot. The whole of this is where it becomes woo woo, right? La la land. Like people are like, you guys believe in this stuff? You believe that Muhammad? اقترب الساعة وانشق القمر. The hour drew nigh and the moon was rent asunder. There's a crack in the moon. Yeah, go look it up. Prophet Muhammad pointed at it and it went like that. اقترب الساعة وانشق القمر. The hour drew nigh and he did this. I mean, it challenged, someone challenged him or something like this, right? Someone challenged him one time. If you're the prophet of Allah, then see that tree standing over there? Just tell this tree to come over here. And Imam Ali says that I swear by the one in whose hand is my forelock. This tree uprooted itself, crossed the road, and it laid its roots down. And then Prophet Muhammad said, "Now go back," and it went back. And the guy, of course, like was like, "Screw you, you're a magician, whatever. Like you're mad. Like this is all nonsense, whatever." So now the whole of the first verse chapter, this is very important for me to finish, like, because I mean, now that I started this, I mean, I just want to say again, if you go to Amazon, look inside a book and read as much as you can, the first few pages, like I got tons of books everywhere. Like this thing is full of books, for example. Like I got books coming out my face. I got books at my house in Calgary, my dad's house, I guess, technically, or my brother's house, whatever. Like I got books like here, there, everywhere. Like around Toronto here in Torontopia, we've got little like book shelves that are in different neighborhoods throughout the city. Like we take books and then you like the best books. In fact, you go to some nice upperly more mobile yuppie wannabe neighborhoods, Davisville, Young and Eglinton, this kind of thing. And then you can pick up all kinds of amazing books, right? Like so, the library. This is overdue right here. This book, like this is an amazing book. Like Mark Carney, he was Carney is like a guy who works in a carnival, right? I know I'm like going all over the place here, but this is a great book. Values. This guy was the president of the Bank of Canada, and then the president of the Bank of England. He was president of the Bank of Canada. This is the guy who, along with their prime minister at the time, Bachelor of Economics, hello, thank you God, Stephen Harper, was at the helm of the country during the 2008, 2009, 2010 economic meltdown. And they saved our country. And G7 countries, like our real estate and banking, nothing tanked out here. Nothing tanked. We had one company, I think, Bombardier, of course, the Francois Elite, of which the prime minister is a part, and in fact, one of the people, right, the leaders of that thing. Like the French mob, frankly, run the country, and like this is a different like set of topics. Like I got a podcast about like the mafiosi. If you're interested, anchor.fm/gangsta hyphen talk hyphen fm lowercase. Send me a comment if you're interested. I'll shoot you the link if I forget to put it in the description, which I probably will not, because now I've actually created a little signature. I just cut and paste and put in there. Guys, five love languages. Yeah, so Gottman, like John Gottman, the seven principles of making marriage work. So Buddy's like, yo, in the beginning of this book, again, I haven't read the whole book, and I've been dying to for years. And I gotta say that, like reading this, the first part of this book, any Iron Maiden fans? Nice. Nice. Yeah, battery. So yeah, I'll stop this. I try to make. So I've got a few videos that like they're exactly 1 hour long. I've got a couple that are exactly 2 hour long, 2 hours long on various channels. I'll try and do that with this. I'll try and entitle this 1 hour, like the best one, everything you need to know about relationships in 1 hour. Because as far as I'm concerned, تبيانا لكل شيء. The Quran has everything in it. You can read the Quran if you want to, read the Bible if you want to, and if that's not enough for you, in terms of everything, like there's nothing else. The Bible talks about everything, so does the Quran, and so forth. Now, like there is like these books. So you go to YouTube, rather, yes, you go to YouTube and you ask open-ended questions, contextual questions, whatever. Like you talk to YouTube like it's a buddy. Gary Vaynerchuk has learned everything, like Crush and Crushing It, and he's got a new book out. I don't know the name. Like he released recently in this last year or so. And then of course Jab 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 Right Hook, the Thank You Economy. Okay, um, you can suss the whole book in just the content, okay, the blurbs, the preface, if you have a forward by someone else, these kinds of things, introduction, first few pages, that's it. If you do that with these books, you'll become a relationship expert in terms of keep doing that and just keep at it, like just keep at it, right? And you'll get the like the bullet points. The whole of the Quran is contained in the first chapter. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahmanir Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, so forth. Very short. The whole of that chapter is contained in the first verse, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The whole of Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim is contained in the letter B, Ba. The whole of the Ba is contained in the dot, Wa ana al-nuqta tahta al-Ba. And I and the dot beneath that B. This is why Sunni people hate us. Because they'll be like, what kind of thing is this? You're saying that Imam Ali is the Quran? Yes. And so is Prophet Muhammad. Anyway, kana fi Rasulullahi lakum uswatun hasana. All right. Anyway, this is not meant to be a Muslim or Islamic uh, video, and I don't preach Islam. ولو نشاء جعلناكم أمة واحدة, right? If we had wanted to, we would have made you all one religion, right? That's not what God wanted. He gave everyone different guidance, different upbringing, like likulli qawmin had, like every nation that was created had its prophets, had its messengers or awliya, their saints, and their awsiya, their like leaders and guided people from God. And then we gave all races and religions and creeds rites and rituals and modes of worshiping us. So lighting candles, I don't know like the details, but this is like the Quran says we gave all different races, different ways and rites and modes, rituals, as it were, the so-called dogma that atheists hate. I suppose, I mean, if it's just dogma, that doesn't make sense. There should be some praxis behind it, right? Anyway, I'm not trying to preach Islam. I would preach the Bible. I do preach the Bible. I tell you to read the Bible. I'm going to say it's made me a better Muslim. I'm a Muslim. I read the Bible. If you think I'm preaching Islam, then I'm not. Read the Bible instead. Okay? That's what I'm going to say. Just so you know, I'm not trying to preach Islam, and I kind of got carried away there. But the whole of the book. So now the beginning of the seven principles of making marriage work. Like I had purchased these goddamn books on CD, like the audiobooks, John Gottman and then Dr. John Gray. I burnt them and created digital images, uploaded them to Dropbox, and sent out links to my family and people like and things like this. I have one copy of this book somewhere. My wife had another copy. These kinds of things. I still have the CDs are at my wife's. This kind of thing. Like this book is foundational. Mars and Venus, in terms of relationships. Okay, like what you're gonna understand is again like Dr. John Gottman and Dr. John Gray. They're like man and woman in a sense that they're both right, but they're different perspectives. This is the key to everything. Like your wife and your partner and you have your perspective and she has or he has or it has they have their perspective, and these perspectives are never, it's like my dad says, In order for a train, like the couple is like a train tracks. Train tracks never meet, but they go side by side and they continue in parallel ad infinitum. They don't stop forever. But that's the only way the train can keep going forward. If the tracks met, they wouldn't work out, right? So my dad says there's always like some kind of background tension or like sword play or something like this going on in a marriage. He's right, of course. Guys, I said this is my office. The truth is that this is my doghouse. Like whenever my wife, like, I don't know what to tell you. At one point, like we've had our own, we're separated technically or not. Like ask my wife if you want to 647-547-4852. Really, her name is Judith. Judith, Judith, Hudit, Hudit, which means from Judah, by the way, which is a separate country which was subsumed by the current state of Israel. The Middle Eastern crisis, just on a side note of a side note of a side note and another side note, four-state solution. Judah was a separate country. Now that I've read the Bible, Judah was a separate country which may or may not have included Jerusalem. I don't know. I'm tending to think I think it did. Jerusalem was part of Judah, I think, but Judah was a separate country which was subsumed by the country of Israel. Present day state of Israel, the reason they're fighting each other is because there's two different races in there, Judah and Israel. Trust me on this. If you open up a lot of Bibles, you'll see this in like the drawings and the maps. Now, Gaza and Palestine, Gaza and the West Bank, four-state solution because the West Bank and Gaza are separated by land by Israel in between them, which is going to become Judah and then Israel, right? So in case, like, I don't want to digress too much, guys. Dr. John Gray, beginning of this book, La ilaha illallah. So for us, our religion is a religion of saying no. You say no. You say no to the bad stuff, like which is very little, and the rest is all yours. Okay, don't eat pork, then you can eat what you like. This kind of thing. Don't drink, then you can do what you like. Right? Don't like these kind. It's like we're gonna fixate as humans on the one or two or seven, 5 to 7 things which are terrible or wrong or a problem in our lives, but we forget the big picture. It's like, yo, I got punched out because I talk a lot of shit. I got punched out. I got punched out. I've been punched out many times. I got a cut right here. Yo, punch it, punch or be punched. No, what we say is that we, meaning street people, um, yeah, you must know how to take hits before you can give hits, right? So if you want to talk a lot of shit, then you're gonna lose a tooth. Anyway, I don't, I cannot predict. Like so, the again approaching it from a negative perspective. Say no to the bad stuff, and the rest you just do. This is a great principle. I'm telling you right now. Just say no to the stupid shit, and the rest, like, don't worry about it. And the stupid shit is finite, and the good shit is infinite. So don't say that religion or rules, like I'm telling you what, like you want to be successful, you need to follow rules. If you don't follow rules, you're not going to be successful. Now, what kind of rules? Simple rules, self-evident rules, workable rules, easy rules, rules that this is always the case, rules that will make your life. Religion, as far as I'm concerned, is answers to life problems. Answers to life's problems. What we say in Islam is that if you have aql, if you have a mind or rationality, like reason, this power of reasoning that man has got and animals do not have, like we can reason things out. Like, should a squirrel doesn't say, should I try going to this part of the park or should I go to that tree or this tree? Where am I going to find the best nuts? Maybe I'm going to see that really nice, sexy girl squirrel that I saw the other day and this kind of. No, it doesn't do any of that. It just does its thing, right? Now, if you have a brain and you use it, the Quran constantly laments, "Afala yatafakkarun, afala yatadabbarun." Why don't they think about these things? Why don't they reflect on these things? Why don't they blah blah blah? You know what? This is a great video. It's turned out really well. I'm going to actually probably create a thumbnail for this one. And so please, please, please share this video. If you're a regular, like I don't know how many regulars I could possibly have out of nine, not a total of 9 subscribers, right? Haha. Guys, don't worry about my YouTubing credentials, all right? I've got if you look at my other channels, I've got like YouTube channels I don't even promote. Uh, youtube.com/sales and MKTG for you. Okay, you spell that out. Sales and MKTG for you. I've got many videos with hundreds and thousands of views on just that one channel, right? Not to mention comments, not to mention I meet people, not to mention whatever. I'm an online guy and this is what I do, right? Right. So how much money do I make online? Yeah, Google sends an AdSense check out the 24th of every month, and first time I made money online like that way was like back in 2008, 2009. Like, so I've been doing this. I know what I'm talking about, guys. Like, I am trying to promote this channel though, so I do appreciate it. If you like what I'm talking about here, just let me know. Just say, well, listen, you talked about this, and I read I read the Gottman book. I went to Amazon, I clicked inside the book, I read the first chapter, and by the way, this is what he says, and let me know, I'll continue. My intention is to create a playlist on this channel, and then time check. Okay, 3 minutes and then 27 seconds, etc. left. Yo, because I want to stop on the dot, right? Drop it while it's hot. Drop it while it's hot. I'm a big dog with a small gat. I don't carry all, but I'll take in fat. Drop it while it's hot. Scoop. All right, so now he says, I cannot predict whether a marriage, will stay, whether a couple will stay together. But I can predict 98% certainty when couples are going to break apart, right? So make sure, by the way, I'm going to finish up here and I won't be able to talk about the five love languages. Maybe I'll talk about that next video. That's a great book. I think the guy's name is Gary Chapman. And there's a whole series, just like all these other books. Like there's series, like the Seven Principles of Making Marriage Work. It's just one book, but Mars and Venus is a series. And then the five love languages, just get into that stuff. It's really good stuff. Guys, four horsemen of the apocalypse. The horsemen are drawing nearer. On leather steeds they ride. They come near. Yo, this song, The Four Horsemen, on the debut Metallica album, Kill 'Em All, is proof that Metallica was actually started by Dave Mustaine of Megadeth fame, the guy who was kicked out of Metallica by James Hetfield on vocals and rhythm guitar, who is addicted to heroin for 10 years and kicks Dave Mustaine out the band for drinking too much. The horsemen are drawing nearer, on leather steeds they ride. They come to take your life on through the dead of night with the four horsemen. Because Megadeth's first album has a song called Mechanics or Mechatronics or something like this, and it's a very very cool song. But it's the Four Horsemen with different lyrics, so that proves that that song was written by Dave Mustaine. That song's the best song on Kill 'Em All. That's the proof that Dave Mustaine started Metallica. So suck an egg, guys, suck an egg. I love Metallica for the fact that they've killed it. They have transcended music, and they are a bona fide brand of the size of like Michael Jordan and Elvis and this kind of stuff. And whatever. They did not sell out. Okay, they have realized it's all about the kids, right? And so their music is all kid friendly. Guys, the four horsemen of apocalypse. If any of these four things pop up in your relationship, then then your marriage or your relationship is screwed, according to John Gottman. And I'm going to try and click the stop here on the goddamn hour. Criticism, okay, and then contempt, stonewalling, and defensiveness, I believe it is. So hit me up, right? Like I'll talk about these things, like just to give you an idea. When you uh when you say, listen, you didn't take the garbage is still here, you said you would take it out, and then why didn't you take it out? This is a complaint. But when you turn it into a criticism, you're saying, well, listen, you never take the garbage out. You're so lazy. I do everything around here. You never do anything. You never listen to what I say. You never, never, never land. We're off to never, 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 never land. Yo, I gotta go. So, yo, shoot me a comment. Won't you do that, please?